Friends, very good evening. Thanks for attending today's session. This is our 8th session, and our today's faculty is CA Chinmaya Hegde sir. Sir, I welcome to you for our forum. Thanks for your participation in this session. I would like to introduce about our today's faculty, CA Chinmaya Hegde sir. CA Chinmaya Hegde is a rank holder in all the formats of CA curriculum, right from foundation, inter till final. And he has got 15 years of experience in the field of equity research and wealth management. He also happens to be a faculty member for ICAI for various subjects. Currently, he is one of the co-founders of wealth management firm with an AUM more than 2,000 crores. He is also a passionate teacher, and he has taught students appearing at all levels of CA and CS exams. He has taken many educational lectures on MS Excel skills. This is all about our beyond this. He has attained many achievements in last 15 years. I welcome CA Chinmaya Hegde sir once again. Chinmaya Hegde sir will be speaking on a topic called Power BI. Using Power BI, how to do GST reconciliations. GST reconciliations using Power BI is the topic. Over to you, Chinmaya Hegde sir.
Yeah, thank you, Amit. Thank you so much for the nice introduction. I've been more into equity research than typical practice. But one thing I will definitely admit is that I've seen many more Excels in life than the papers on my hand. Because of the nature of the work that I do day in and day out. And fundamentally, I'm a lazy person. So I'm always finding how better things can be done, but in a shorter way. And somehow the tools, Excels will come on those lines. So whatever experience I had, quickly I try to share it, and hopefully it will be useful to you. Broadly, as far as the tools is concerned, I would divide this into two parts: general tools and specific tools. In case of general tools, we have Excel, which can actually fit in many more things, and that is a world in by itself. And then with respect to specific tools, broadly two are there, which I would like to cover it now. One is Power Query and Power BI. And Power BI is not what I'm going to do completely. It's in a way covered here because, as I told you, Excel covers broader perspective and specific perspective, whereas Power Query is for data processing. It's called as transformation in technical words. And then Power BI is for presentations. So once you have the data, how do you present this Power BI? But you have seen in your life also, you would have seen day in and day out. Data is not what you create. You get the data dumped from various sources, Zoho, Tally, Oracle, and so on. And there will be a lot of cleaning up required, which is actually the time where most people spend maximum amount of their efforts. And that cleaning effort, Power Query can do a great job. So even if you want to make use of Power BI, there also data, it's a garbage in, garbage out. So what data comes in, that's what data goes out. So here today, I would like to showcase certain capabilities of Power Query on data processing and also certain reconciliations. I will give you few samples, case studies, and of course, this will give you an idea and you have to expand this. Hopefully, this will create an interest. So I'll start sharing my screen and showing you that part. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay, great. Okay, so now I have a folder called yearly data. I'll have 2022 040506, so April, May, June, 3 months, 1 month Excel sheets are there, and I'll quickly open it. It is assumed that data dump from some resource where I have data, customer name, invoice number, item name, and taxable value. Now, item name, if I quickly just observe only that, you see that there is item name, then there is dash, 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 and there is number, which basically represents quantity. It comes in various formats. You would have experienced yourself as well. So Power Query is an extension of Excel. So I'll open Excel now. And Power Query or Power BI or advanced version of Excel, their advanced formats also keep coming up. I kindly request you always to have an updated one so that you can make use of all these tools available. So Microsoft 365 is what I would recommend so that you always get the latest one on a continuous basis. So if you want to go to Power Query in the Excel, there is data, one of the tabs you would have come across. And here you have something called as get data. Various options are there. This is what is the Power Query interface for you. So you can see here, get data from file, or you can also get data from folder. So you can process a file, you can process a folder. I'm selecting a folder because if I apply the transformation rules on one Excel, it will automatically apply it on other two Excel files as well. I don't have to repeat it. And if I copy paste other month's file, then all other things will get processed automatically, which is what I would like to showcase now. So I'm selecting from the folder, and folder also a small, simple trick for you. Usually you go there, select the folder, then subfolder and subfolder, you go for it. Usually, as I told you, I'm a lazy person. So I select this. When I come to any folder, this is the cell address, and I copy and I simply paste it. So I don't have to look at one by one. Otherwise, I have to go to so many subfolder within the folders. So I copy paste the address. Now it will extract all the things. So you can see here there is 05040506. So 3 files are there. And it will ask you to either you can combine or you can transform the data. I'm going to do certain transformations because I have to do extract some data, some text, do some text to columns, things like that. So I'll apply transform data. Series of steps can be followed. Insert columns, delete certain unwanted characters, calculate some data points, and so on. So I have here one which is okay. Let me just do it once more. So data, get data from folder. Yeah, so I need to combine and transform data. So it will ask me which file among the 3 you would like to select. So you see sample file, the sample. A sample you apply for one, it applies for all others. I'm selecting the first file and I'm selecting sheet 1 and I press OK. And more importantly, one more, when you have a very large data points, Excel sometimes can crash. Power BI can handle so many thousands of rows. In fact, I have worked on where there are even 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs of row items in Excel. Excel has only, you cannot do more than 10 lakhs, 10 lakh few thousands are there. But Power Query, there are no limitations as such. You can process not only Excel, you can also process other type of files. So whatever the steps we have done now, it is part of this. We have yearly data now here. That is the file. Now, I would like to do only one transformation. So for the lack of time, you have to try more. So you can see --4. So item name and quantity, I would like to make it into 2 separate columns. In Excel, it's called as text to columns. But text to columns, you can only put 1 character. But here --, the hyphen, there are 3 characters are there. So right click and you can split column. Split column by delimiter. The delimiter is --. 3 items were there. So I'll type it 3 times and press OK. And you can see that there are now 2 columns. One is item name and item quantity. And you can add many more columns, delete columns. Sometimes when you extract the data, data dump, 3-4 lines will be blank. You will have to delete it. Same series of standard steps you have to perform again and again. You don't have to do it repeatedly. Do it once. It will be applicable for others. I'll show it to you now. So I've applied it, done a simple transformation. I'll say close and load. There are also many options are there. When I click close and load, it will become a table in the Excel. Okay, so you can see that table has come. So quickly, I'll do a very simple one. And you can see the sheet 4040506, April, May, June. These are the names of the folder I showed you earlier. I'll do a simple pivot table just to tell you the way refresh can happen. And now I just put it as source name and I'll put for taxable value as amounts. So April month is a taxable value, May month is a taxable value, June month is a taxable value. Now I have done simple one-step transformation for one file. Now it is applied on 3 files, taking first as a sample. Now I have other months data also there, like July to March. I copy and I go to the same folder where I've selected earlier and paste it. And I have to come here and just refresh. You can see I did not do any other thing apart from pressing one thing, which is refresh. All other processes happen and then the data is available. As long as you get the same set of inputs, you perform the same operations, deleting some row, adding some columns, calculating something, cleaning up, those steps are stored and you don't need any code. You don't need any artificial intelligence also. The same thing will be repeated. So this is one sample I wanted to show you on how quickly you can do data processing without much effort. Second one also, I'll show it to you, a typical one which you would have come across in case of reconciliations. So I am not taking the typical GST data because the moment you see larger data, your confidence will go away. So I'm taking a very simple columns. One Excel sheet I have, purchase transaction as per books. Only few line items, date, invoice number, vendor amount. And another one, purchase, same transaction, date, invoice number, vendor amount. So you can see that some invoice is part of one table and some invoice is part of other table. And sometimes you see this 5954 invoice number, amount is 4,100 and here amount is 4,100. 5799 amount is 2,500 and here is 2,566. Some invoice number only in first table, some invoice number only in the second table, some invoice number are part of both, some same amount, different amount. So all kinds of permutation combinations are there here. So typically what we do, we compare one table with another, maybe I do a VLOOKUP, identify where missing line items are there, then do a VLOOKUP from second table to first table, then identify the missing invoices. Again, you perform this every month and on a continuous basis. So I'll close this. I'll start a fresh Excel sheet so that I'm starting from the beginning. I'll go to data and get data. Here I'll select only from one workbook, one by one. Again, I select this cell, the address, I select as per books, import. This time I'm not performing any transformation. I already showed you the transformation possibility. Same set of things, transformation, you can also apply it here. And those steps will be saved. So I have one sheet. So I'm not transforming the data. I'm simply loading the data. So this is, so as when I loaded, a table got created. It's called as query here. So one is done. I need one more. So again, I go to data, from file, from that Excel book. As books I had taken, now I'll do as per returns. Again, if you can store the series of transformations, that will be automatically stored. And now I'm not performing anything. I'm simply just loading. Otherwise, you can transform, but you don't repeat the steps. Transform, if the steps are already there, that will get refreshed automatically. So I have sheet 1, which is as per books, and sheet 2 as per returns. Okay. So now I would like to combine both and identify which are invoice only in first table, which are invoice in second table, and so on. So for that, you can come to the query, or you can also come here, edit, or you can also go to data and then launch Power Query Editor. You will be able to do it. Either way, you'll come to the same place. So this is the interface of Power Query inside the Excel. And here what we would like to do is we would like to merge both the tables. So it's called as merge queries. And merge query as new. In the sense, we have sheet 1, we have sheet 2, and we would like to combine it into sheet 3. So that's why I say merge query as new. And okay, let me just rename it as merge query
Okay, looks like we lost him. I thought it was only me. Chinmay, you're back now.
Sorry, I did not realize where I was lost.
Once you merge the two into sheet 3, you are
Okay,
still trying to merge.
okay, I not merged it yet, so I'm still there. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just repeat the steps once more. I did not realize that I was not a bit. So yeah, so this is what I have. 2 sheets. I've renamed it as per books and as per returns, and I have to combine it now. So I'll do merge queries as new. Basically, the 2 tables will have to combine. And this is what you have been doing in vendor reconciliation, GST input reconciliation, data reconciliation, bank reconciliation. You have 2 data sets. You have to combine the 2. One column, you take it as VLOOKUP, and then see wherever error comes, that will be the additional line items, right? Now, those things can be performed without putting any formula and without performing those steps again and again. That's what the power of Power Query is. It's really a powerful tool. So I'm selecting the first table as per books, and then I'm selecting the column. Column for me, the reference is invoice number. Down, I'll select as per returns, and the column number is as per invoice. So 2 invoices are there. I mean, 2 columns, which is the common column. I have to click on it, where it will do a typical VLOOKUP function. Now, join is the technical word, but Excel world people who use is VLOOKUP, lookup formula. There is left, there is right, there is full, inner, left, right, and all. Left means first table you compare with the second table. Whatever missing in first table will come, but whatever missing in second table will not come. So right outer means it will look at from right to left. So whatever missing line item in right will come, left will not come. If you want to know both, of course you want to know both. What is there in books, not in return, and what is there in return, not in books. We need both of them. So that's simply say full outer. There is also something called as fuzzy matching, because when you have invoice number in GST reconciliations, invoice number sometimes slash will be there, hyphen will be there, or sometimes may not be there. Only numbers you have to look at. So those cases, fuzzy lookup, you can click on it. It will do approximate match. I'm not covering it, just for your reference. So now these 2 tables are getting compared with the common column invoice number, and it will come up with any missing invoice in both of the table in the output. So I just pressing OK. Nothing else, no formulas. And this table I have to expand it. So I can click on this and press OK so that the table will get expanded. So now you see what is available here is the date, invoice number, vendor amount from the first table. As per returns date, invoice number, vendor amount. It compared. Since it's a lesser data point, you'll be able to see it comfortably. Now you can go to close and load. It'll get opened in Excel. So I'm pressing on close and load. Third table is getting formed. You can see as per books, one table is already there. As per returns, table is already there. And merge is combining the two. You can process this further. You can see invoice number 5799, amount is 2566, only amount 2500. 4147, amount is matching. So you can put a formula. If this is equal to this, then matched. If not, not matched. Those things you can process further in Excel, or you can also process further inside Power Query itself as you go further. But at least you'll be able to understand. You can see that this invoice number MI 5718 is only part of vendor, zero in the case of books. Whereas in case of these invoices are only part of first table, not part of second table. Further processing you'll be able to do. So this is what I just want to quickly show it to you, the capabilities of Power Query. Even the most useful tool, what we call Power BI in terms of visual presentation, before you present something, you have to process. And that's where I always have seen most people struggling, because easy to talk, but difficult to execute. And that processing time where maximum amount of confusion efforts goes in, data transformations, Power Query is a great tool. Once you transfer, how you present it, beautiful charts are available that Power BI can take care for internal audit purposes, for analysis purpose, for audit purpose, you can make use of it. So this is what I just wanted to cover quickly on the capability of Power Query. So please do try it out. I'm not saying this is going to be I've done in a master class. I hope at least I've given a gist of what it is capable of. You have to explore more. I hope the session was relevant and useful. I would like to say thank you for everyone to join.
Thank you, Chinmaya Hegde sir, for delivering a wonderful lecture on how to use Power Query, how to perform reconciliations using Power Query, how to eliminate the requirement of using formulas. It was a wonderful session. We did not start with Power Query in starting days. We emphasized majorly on Python and macros. Today you have given a good start as to how Power Query works. I hope all our users will be able to explore much more things on Power Query in coming days. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you everyone for attending the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.